Hey, my name is Jay Bradshaw. Honored to serve as the executive officer for the NorCal Carpenters Union. NorCal Carpenters, let's hear from you. I bring greetings from my counterparts to the Southwest Mountain States Regional Council of Carpenters, Pete Rodriguez, our Western Vice President, and Frank Koch, Executive Officer. Let me hear from the Southwest Carpenters. Our friends shoulder to shoulder, battling for justice in the state of California, fighting to organize unrepresented workers in the housing industry in the state of California and bring housing solutions to the working class. Our friends, brothers and sisters, the Laborers Union of the state of California. Let me hear from you. Same with our friends, brothers and sisters from the Operating Engineers State Council. Let me hear from you. I understand we have folks from the Service Employees International Union, also a stalwart supporter of organizing all workers, bringing solutions to our state based on working class solutions and health to our state. Do we have some folks from the service employees here today? Woo! Yeah! American Association of Retired People. Woo! Yeah! All right. We've also got our friends from YIMBY, Yes in My Backyard, nonprofit housers. And if I forgot you, it's not personal. Happy you're here. So I'm just going to open it up real quick. Senator Wiener will be coming out to say a few words in a minute. But just kind of bring it back to basics. We're going to hear a lot today in the hearing. I have no doubt we will triumph again. We are on the right side of history today. We will push this through. In this coalition, it's our representatives that represent a majority, well over 54% of the unionized construction workers in the state of California. Let's hear from everybody right now. Yeah! There are those who, through their own organizational self-interest, have been fearful of what we're doing to bring housing solutions. But I'm here to say, if you will step up and into this fight, we will stand with you to organize the over 330,000 hyper-exploited residential construction workers in the state of California who are living in a crime scene of production. Step to our side, and we will fight for your craft too. Am I right? Yeah! The housing crisis in the state of California is not just a headline. It is actually a crisis. It's unfortunate it's been called a crisis so much because this loses the sting. So what does that mean for our union membership, and what does that particularly mean for unrepresented workers? It means you cannot get ahead. It means the cost of housing has made it impossible for you to take proper care of your family. It means the cost of transportation, getting to and from the job, is breaking down our workers in the construction industry and the working class overall. Add to that the escalating cost of child care, which usually takes one breadwinner off the table. If you do have two parents in that household, it's outrageous. And what do we see now? Not only exploitation in the housing industry, but a business model that is crushing our state through tax fraud, the underground economy, and again, hyper-exploitation of workers. Our labor compliance programs are out there, these three organizations, at night and on the weekends, talking to those workers. And this is what it looks like for those who might not be aware. These are the folks being exploited in residential, 5, 6, 7 hands stacked up in a Motel 6 room. If they have the guts to talk to the union and to try to take public action, we are now up against human trafficking. Our membership, with their rights, their benefits, their wages, are to compete with that crime scene. Legitimate contractors cannot get into the residential industry because they're competing against lawbreakers. It's outrageous. Today in the hearing, there'll be a lot of issues brought up. Make no mistake, we stand on the side of improving the environment. We stand on the side of bringing real solutions and protecting the coast of California. But here is the bottom line. The bottom line is the working class is suffering in the state of California. The residential industry has been a crime scene for 35 years and has been ignored by the labor movement of California. And we are here to say with a collective voice, enough is enough. We will hang in there as long as we have to. We will win at this hearing today, and we will look forward to bring this in front of our governor to sign it into law and open the doors for justice for our membership and justice for those 330,000 primarily immigrant workers in the housing industry. We are proud to be here today, proud to stand with our brothers and sisters, and let's get it done. It's my honor to bring up Marina Wyatt, one of our stalwart partners for housing solutions from the California Housing Consortium. All right, Marina.
Thank you, Jay. And it's an honor to be standing here shoulder to shoulder with my brothers and sisters in labor. Since this bill was introduced, the coalition supporting it has only grown. Every day, we're attracting more groups fighting for affordable housing for lower-income Californians. Together, we share the same goal to help every community in every part of the state build more affordable homes while doing everything we can do to support the workers doing the job. Like a lot of people in this state, I share all of these priorities. My grandfather was an immigrant who spent a long career as a union house painter in the Bay Area. That job with good pay, health care, and a pension is what allowed our family to move into the middle class. It's given me a chance to spend my career fighting for affordable housing and the same steady, well-paying, high-road jobs for the next generation of Californians. We're not there yet. California is facing a shortfall of 1.2 million homes affordable to the state's lowest income households. This is a huge gap, and the only way to close it is by keeping the successful tools we've developed to accelerate approvals, get workers on the job, and put shovels in the ground. We've all seen the success of SB 35 projects in every part of the state, but with this law sunsetting, the time has come to extend it and make it even stronger. SB 423 is a key step to get us there. And on behalf of the California Housing Consortium, I want to say how proud we are to co-sponsor this bill with the California Conference of Carpenters. Together, this coalition of workers and affordable housing advocates is showing our state leaders how much support there is for taking on California's housing challenges and what we need to do next to keep more Californians housed.
All right. It's my deep honor now to bring up our Senator Scott Wiener, who I'm going to sum it up in just a few words, but working class warrior. Not scared to take on some of the most powerful interests in our state to do the right thing. And I will tell you a little personal side note here. I guess it's professional too. But I cannot count, and I'm proud of this, the numbers of Sundays getting a call or me reaching out to Senator Scott Wiener to say there's a little more we got to do for the working class in California. Always takes our calls, always thinks through the lens of what does this do for the working class in California and how do we leverage that to help our state move forward. We are so honored to fight shoulder to shoulder with you, Senator Wiener. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for leading the charge.
Thank you, Jay. So we're going to get some housing built? You know, first of all, I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank this amazing coalition, in particular the carpenters and the laborers and the operating engineers and the CHC and all our amazing, amazing coalition. It's been a game changer, an absolute dramatic shift in the dynamic around housing politics in this capital. It started last year with AB 2011, and we are building on that this year. And this coalition is a force to be reckoned with, and I know we're going to get both of these bills passed. You know, when we talk about housing policy, it's one of the things that's most frustrating to me. It gets very technical. We have conversations about prevailing wage or skilled workforce or CEQA or fire zones, all of these different inclusionary, all these technical terms. That's important. That's what we do. We make laws and we have to be technical. But we need to be very, very clear. This is about real, live human beings who can't afford to live in this damn state, and that needs to stop. This is about in San Francisco, the 2,500 San Francisco Unified School District students who wake up every morning homeless. This is about people who wake up in a shelter or in their car every morning and somehow hold it together to be able to go to work. This is about middle-class families that are being pushed out of the Bay Area, being pushed out of LA, being pushed out of the state entirely because they cannot envision a future for their family in terms of affording housing. It's about young people and creative people and the artists and our service workers and people who just want to be able to live in their community and thrive and do their jobs and be who they are, and they are being told no. They're being told no because there are people who don't want to see more housing in their community. They're being told no because there are people who are more worried about parking than they are about whether people have access to housing. We need to move past this idea that housing is like the last priority. Housing needs to be the first priority. And we have momentum. SB4 and SB423 are going to help, but the work won't be done. This is a long-term project, and this coalition is just going to keep getting stronger. It is unstoppable. Let's get in there today and get these bills out of Assembly Natural Resources, and let's move on towards victory. Thank you, everyone.
I thought I was tall. Jeez. All right, we have more special guests. I would like to bring up Reverend Daniel Tam.
Thank you, Ron. I'm Reverend Daniel Tam. I'm a deacon in the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles, and I'm also chair of Interfaith Solidarity Network. Our baptismal covenant commits us to striving for peace, justice, and respecting the dignity of every human being. The faith community in California, I can't speak for all of them, but every single faith person that I know, all up and down the state, they are dying to get in the game in terms of really seriously confronting the humanitarian crisis of homelessness. It is unconscionable that elected officials and people who make money off of this problem are holding us back. But that is changing now with Senator Wiener and a lot of others like him who have the courage and the humility to say it's time to stand up and make a change. People are suffering. We have to do something about it, and SB4 gives us a substantial opportunity to do something real. Our bishop in my diocese, in the Episcopal Diocese of LA, which is almost 5 counties in Southern California, our bishop, John Taylor, has committed 25% of the congregations in the diocese to the building of affordable housing. But we need SB4 to make that commitment real. I say, let's get it done. Let's make it happen. Let's ease people's suffering, and let's let people have a good quality of life in a house that they can afford. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Reverend Daniel Tam. I would like to call up Political Director, Abundant San Francisco, Todd David.
Thank you all. I want to just start by saying, as impressed I am with the leadership of the carpenters and the laborers and the operating engineers and SEIU and CSEA, it's the rank and file that really blows my mind. You guys show up all the time. Thank you so much for doing that. You guys are great. Listen, Scott Wiener and the Reverend and Jay, they've said everything that really needs to be said. I want to add, you cannot be pro-worker and not be pro-housing, right? You cannot. It is ridiculous that workers have to commute 2.5 hours to their job site. And that is a understandable result of housing policy that we have put in place in California, and that needs to change. And that is what SB4 and SB423 are going to do. It is going to help It's going to help the lowest income people amongst us, but it's also going to help the people who go and work and make our communities what they are thrive every day. And so, right, we need to make sure that people don't have to spend 2.5 hours in their car. They can be home with their family. They can live in the communities that they work. The other thing is you cannot be pro-environment if you're also not pro-housing. Right? When people are driving 2.5 hours, they're throwing greenhouse gases into the air. Right? We want people to have shorter commutes. We want people to be able to walk to their job sites, be able to take public transit to their job sites, have reasonable commutes. And these are the steps that we are taking with SB 4 and SB 423. Finally, I just want to say that I cannot be more proud, honored, appreciative of this coalition. I know that this is just the beginning. We are going to get a bunch of housing done. We're going to get 4 and 423 through natural resources, but I know we're going to do a whole bunch more to make California a better place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And it's an honor and a privilege as this has progressed. These two bills have progressed over the year. More and more folks have come on. And we have Dave Harrison, Financial Secretary for Operator Engineers 3.
Thanks, Ron. So I'd like to say good afternoon. Proud to stand up here and support shoulder to shoulder with our brothers and sisters, with the carpenters and the laborers and SEIU and all the supporters in our coalition. We know, I don't want to reiterate everything that's been said, thank all the speakers prior to me, but we know that the top two polling issues in California are housing and homelessness. And we believe that SB 4 and SB 423 are going to be a big step towards fixing both of those issues. And so I'd like to say just real briefly on behalf of our business manager, Dan Redding, the officers of Local 3 and our over 39,000 members, we stand in strong support of these two bills, and really want to thank Senator Scott Wiener for his leadership on this. And then lastly, my brother Jay Bradshaw. You're a stalwart man, and appreciate your hard work and your leadership. Thank you.
I would like to bring up Kyle Patterson. He's trustee from Southwest Mountain States Regional Council of Carpenters. Brother standing shoulder to shoulder. Kyle?
Right on. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much for having me out here today. Where the carpenters at? Where's the operators at? Where's the laborers at? Right on. One California. So, my name is Kyle Patterson. I'm a trustee for the Southwest Mountain States Regional Council of Carpenters. I've had an opportunity to be a carpenter for 20 years now. Our organization represents over 40,000 members throughout Southern California. We fight every day for our members who work on the most difficult jobs and the unsafe and a lot of unsafe conditions, but we make sure we go out there and get it done every day to come home to our families. I grew up in South Los Angeles back in the 80s and 90s, and I found the Carpenters Union at a time when I needed it the most. Through jobs, good wages, benefits that the union provides, I had to make a great life decision for me and my family. I have a pension. I'm able to provide health care to my family. But let's look at it, you all. Because of the housing crisis in California, men and women like myself aren't able to raise our families where we live. We spend those 2 hours on the commute, driving back and forth. We're missing that time with our families at the softball games. And it's bills like this that we're going to get passed that's going to be able to give us the opportunity to work closer to home, to be with our families. In Los Angeles County, this is a fact. The average home price right now is $850,000. You need to work overtime, 2 and 3 jobs for that right there. And to live with some dignity, we should have 8 hours of work, 8 hours for sleep, and 8 hours for what you will. The fact of the matter is, for too long, California has made it hard to build housing. And that ends now. SB 4 and SB 423 sets us up right on the path to tackle the housing crisis, while at the same time ensuring projects create community wealth and investing in our workforce. Now, I don't have to tell you how divided the state and the country is right now. And I think we know right now that we're in a crisis, or really multiple crises. But with every crisis comes opportunity. And that's what I've heard here today. With this housing bill, it's going to create a whole lot of opportunities for the people in those South Los Angeleses that's in every county in California. You all with me? So right now we need to look at take this time for the opportunity to truly look for transformational change and ensure that California deserves a place that we can all call home. Thank you all for having me today. We're going to be working together, standing together, stronger together. 2 councils, one voice. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Powerful, powerful. So now I ask you to march with us. Raise up your voices and let us, these legislators, know that we mean business and we need housing in California. Yeah!